Hey folks, okay, it's that time. It is time to learn all things about our new editing quest. It's called the Reviser's Quest because mostly we're all going to be revising our novels, okay? How it works is in the month of June, we are going to set aside the whole month to work on editing our novels, okay? And we're doing that in a way where you can focus on one type of editing at a time. That way you don't get bogged down and overwhelmed. Okay, so let me break things down for you. Okay, don't freak out. I'm going to break everything down. But just kind of know over the month of June, instead of writing our novels and that sort of thing, we're going to focus on doing the editing and doing where I actually think real writing happens is when you start editing. And I find it to be a lot of fun, even if I do at times want to pull my hair out. In any case, okay. So first off, we have everyone separated into guilds, and there are going to be three main guilds. And the first one is for developmental editing. This is your big picture issues like plot holes, character arc issues, and pacing issues, all of that kind of stuff over the entirety of your novel. Okay, we're talking about making sure that your structure is in place when you're in this guild. And that guild is called the Guild of Story Weavers because you're having to weave everything in together and make sure all the structure is in place. Okay, so this is great for folks who are doing like first drafts or just finished their first drafts. If you've tried editing before and you're like, oh, I started, proofreading and checking my grammar, but I still have all these plot holes and all this other issues. Okay, this place is for you. Okay, your friends will be here, and you will all together be going on this journey together for fixing all those big ticket items. Okay. So the second guild is going to be the Guild of Scene Crafters. Okay, now this is kind of for folks who have already finished a developmental edit. They pretty much got their structure in place. And now they're going to be looking at structural issues, but on a smaller level. So for each scene, you're going to make sure that each one is pulling its weight, that you don't have any scenes that are forgetful, making sure that everything, the transition between chapters and scenes are polished, all that kind of stuff. That is like the next step into the editing process, and that is called the Guild of Scene Crafters. I'm like making words go together there. In any case, if that's where you're at with your novel, then this is definitely the guild that you want to be in. It is definitely worthwhile to a lot of folks put this in together with developmental editing, but I feel like it needs to be broken out because it is a huge undertaking. So we will be, if you are in that realm, then this is the guild for you. Okay. The last one is for the folks who've taken care of those first two major steps of editing, and you're now ready to polish your writing. Okay, so this is what everybody probably starts out with doing when they start editing, when it should be like one of the final steps instead. Okay, and that is line editing or copy editing, depending on who you want to listen to when it's called different names. So with the line editing, that guild is going to be called the Guild of Wordsmiths. Okay, so the Wordsmith Guild is going to focus on making sure your prose is polished, making sure your dialogue is spot on. You're going to be going through and taking out redundancies and repetitive phrases and all that kind of good jazz. That's what you're going to do in this guild, and that's what you're focused on with the Wordsmith Guild. Okay? All right. So those are the guild. That's the guild's overview. So let's talk about goal setting, okay? Because this is going to be a little bit different. With other challenges, it's pretty, it's usually about drafting. So it's a little bit easier just to count words and stuff like that. And, how many words you've made in a month, that sort of thing. Totally cool. But with editing, it's a little bit different because there's a lot of steps when it comes to what we're about to jump into, okay? And I will get into each individual one in the videos for those for each guild, but just gonna try to give some examples of goals that I mean. So first off, I'm gonna suggest that you make your goals, or the progress tracker that we're gonna give you. You can set it to words, to chapters, or to pages. And I personally like doing pages because it's a little bit easier and it's more flexible, I guess you could say. But whatever works for you. So if you want to, keep track of your progress in that way, we have a spreadsheet for you that we're gonna send out once you register and let us know that you're going to be participating. Now, your goals overall, though, the way that we're going to give you badges and cool little goodies is going to be based on thirds, just like in a real guild. Okay, you have the apprentice, you have the journeyman, and you have the guild master. Okay, and so as you progress, we're going to break it into thirds, so that for the first third of your goal, you're going to be an apprentice. And then for the next third of your goal, you'll then graduate and become a journeyman. And then once you complete, yes, your goal for the month of June, you will become a guild master. Or for example, like if you're in the Guild of Story Weavers, then you would be a Story Weaver master. Okay. And eventually, which is really cool, if we do this again, and I hope that we do, if you complete all three guilds, then guess what? You become a guild master champion. Okay, how cool is that? Okay, you've done the whole thing, and yes, and your book is ready to send off to an editor or an agent or a publisher, and you've got it as good as you can get it. Okay, and that's the ultimate goal. Okay, all right, so that is kind of how we are going to track for each of the guilds. Okay, and of course it's going to be on the honor system, and you guys will know how well you're doing and how far along you're progressing. So I will talk more about specific goal setting that you can do over in your specific guilds. But for now, just to kind of give you a little bit of an overview, that's what's going to happen with the goal setting. So now you have, a general overview of what goes into choosing your guild, and what each guild's function is, as well as your goal setting. Okay, and that's going to be a big thing. But now let's talk a little bit about some of the mechanics and the next steps that you need to take. Okay, so first off, look through the website and the web page, and be real with yourself and choose your guild. Okay, know it in your head. Okay, because on the website at the bottom is a form, and I want you to go ahead and fill out that form and tell me what guild you believe you belong in. And once you do that, it's going to send you an email that has guild specific resources. Okay, so let's say that you are in the line editing stage and you want to be part of the Guild of Wordsmiths. You will get an email that has wordsmith related information and resources, okay, specific to what you need to do for line editing. Okay, it's the same for each of the guilds. So once you've done that, then all of that is going to come to your email address. Okay, then you want to make sure that you are joining us on Discord. Okay, most of you will be on Discord with us already, but if you're not, that's totally cool. Just make sure you sign in. And then once you're in Discord, we will have channels specific to each guild. And once you are in there, just go into the one that helps you to, I can't remember what it's called offhand, but it's going to assign you to your guild, and you're going to get the resources specific to each one that the guild that you've chosen. Okay. And some of those resources are going to be really cool. Like there's going to be guild specific chats. We're going to have, I'm going to call them edit-ins instead of write-ins, because it's more about editing than it is about the writing. And we're going to have a communal place for all the guilds to be able to chit chat together, which is super groovy. And we can all commiserate together about the hard things that we're doing on this journey. Inside each guild, I'm really excited about this particular part, is we're going to have guild specific libraries. Okay, so any of the resources that you guys find that is specific to your the stage of editing your guild is focusing on, you get to pop that into the Discord for that one, or the chat for that. And I'm going to update then the spreadsheet that houses all of those resources for your specific guild, because let's face it, like, line editors don't need the same type of resources that developmental and substantive editors need. So that's what that's for. It's to kind of help, keep things a little bit more organized so that you're not looking at resources that you don't need to be looking at, for example. So that's going to be super groovy, and that will be in the Discord as well. Now, the other thing that I'm excited for is, of course, like, during the month of May, we are going to be prepping for this, okay? And one of those preps is coming up on the 17th of May, which is our guild sorting party, okay? This is kind of like a kickoff party, if you will, where we all get together and we just get excited about this endeavor that this quest we're about to go on, of a quest of a polished manuscript, or an edited manuscript, which is what we're going for. So yeah, we're going to make sure everybody knows where they're going to be at, and that all things are running smoothly. And we're going to just enjoy our time together, hang out, probably eat some pizza or something else. I'm not sure where we're going to have it yet, but in any case, you get the idea. It's going to be a fun time. So I hope that you'll join us for that. That will be an in-person event, so make sure that you come. The rest of the events for June, all of our edit ins and all that kind of stuff, are all going to be on Discord. So no matter where you're at, you're going to be able to attend. Okay. And then, of course, at the end, we get to celebrate, because we will we will be done. So make sure you join us for our final party. I haven't named it yet, but it's going to come up and it'll be in the calendar. So don't worry, you'll be able to see it. Okay. All right. So that is it. That's what you need to know. Okay. That's your introduction into the world of the Reviser's Quest. Okay. So as ever, if you have questions, please send them my way, and I will do my best and my utmost to help you guys. And I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait to see all that you guys do, and to see you guys, crushing those goals. Or, if you're struggling, that's what we're all here for. Okay. We're here to build each other up, to cheer each other on, and to make this process a little bit more enjoyable, because I know it's a hard thing, having just gone through all of this myself. So it's nice to have friends around who are able to, come alongside you. And that's what we're here for. We're all in the guild together. Okay. All right. I'll check you out later. And make sure you, like I said, sign up on the forum, and then I will see you in your guild's video.